Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Many women are losing out on legitimately good men. Legitimately good. And let me be clear on it because, the last episode I was talking about select and non-select. And what did I say? I said I would cover it in this episode. Well, first of all, many select men started off as non-select. There's only a tiny percentage who're going to be like select from birth. Maybe 10 to 15% from birth. Just had the right physical and personality combination. Everybody else got to build up to it. 85%, maybe a little more, got to build up to it. Okay, all right. But women are looking for good guys. Now, y'all know I don't go in on women, but I got to talk about a relationship dynamic that's talked about a lot. And what's talked about a lot? Women looking for those guys who are both handsome or what they consider handsome, sexually attractive, and has some money. Right? Yeah, they'll have sex with a guy who don't have money, but let's be real, what women are talking about anyway. Let's go by what they talking about, a good guy. And it's even more so than just some money, but a guy who's responsible, a guy who would be a good father, in everything. All the stuff that women, they had these panels, they had these meetings, they go into these retreats to try to get. Okay, that's fair. But they actually missing out on a lot. They actually pass over a lot. Like, first of all, they pass over a lot in the man's non-select days. You know what? Yeah, he could probably hit the weights. He could probably put on a little bit of weight, lose some weight. He could probably let the barber bless him better. Usually some tweaks. Cousin T-Tal would call them like Preselect. A lot of Preselect guys. Now, let me be clear. Before I get a bunch of guys on here who thinking it's everybody, like they be saying, well, all the 80% are good. No, they're not. No, they're not. Out of that 80, if we use that 80-20 rule, out of that 80%, let's just be real. The majority of them are not good. You can see it. They ain't doing shit. I'm talking about men who, women will actually look at them and say, they actually look good. They just might not have something to turn a woman on sexually. They don't have that button right there. The guys, and if they want to say, well, personality, well, these are guys who want to be fathers. They will be good fathers. Good fathers, legitimate. They have good intentions for the women. They ain't going to try to dog them. So they got some looks, got some good intentions. And even for the ones who say they want money out of a guy, these some guys, they ain't at $500,000 when the woman meet them. But these are guys who will make money. In fact, I said that several times on my woman's channel. I told the women straight up, I said, you need to catch that guy before he makes all of that money. He's going to remember it. Now, some women will say, well, he'll just leave. No, the majority of men, if they get with a woman who's loyal when they didn't have anything, aren't going to stick with her. That's why you got some celebrities and some other men, and people be looking at their wives and be like, she ain't all that. And I'll be like, well, she was probably with him when he didn't have anything. The majority, all right? But it ain't absolute. And if you're worried about a man supporting a man and a man leaving, that's insecurity on the woman's part. So that's the thing. But many women are losing out on them. And it'd be like some little tiny superficial thing. You know what? Yeah, he could probably cut his hair a little different, but he can change that. Or he could dress a little bit better. He can change that. You know what? He ain't making six figures. He might be making 50,000. Let's use that for an example, because a lot of women, at least publicly, say they want that guy making all that money and everything. They want to be at the finish line with that guy, but they don't want to run along with him. They don't want to do the work. That's a big way a lot of women are losing out. A big way. I would tell, and I've said this, and let's be clear, I said this on my woman's channel. I told the women this. All you have to do is talk to that guy, see where he going, and then see, is he doing work to get there? Because see, one thing with men, a big thing with us is loyalty. So that's why sometimes that woman who You know what? She don't look like all that. She ain't super fine. She ain't that baddie. But that man recognizes that she's supportive of him. And he recognizes it, and he's likely to stick with her. Likely. Yeah, there's those situations where a man get a place and he gonna get a younger baddie. But that's not all the men. And I'm talking about, like, let's get past the celebrities and stuff. I'm talking about regular guys. Guys who, you know, they might have to, like, really sacrifice getting through med school, law school, grad school, whatever. They might have taken some years to build a business. Let me throw something out there, especially for the women who might watch this, who are concerned, you know, they want that guy making all that money. Anybody, any entrepreneur knows this. A woman entrepreneur knows this. It takes a while. It ain't no quick thing. Ain't no quick thing. And trust me, a man is looking. A man is looking to say, okay, who down for me? Because if a man get to a certain point, he making $1 million or something, and you know, he got his body together, he's become select. Oh, he gets picky as hell. He gets picky as hell. And he remember, don't be coming up to that. See, you get some women be like, hey, big head, or hey, how you doing? I always thought you were cute. Yeah, you should have thought he was cute when he, you know, was sleeping on that air mattress in that bad neighborhood. Don't think he cute now that he got that big old home in a gated community when he driving that late model car. See, many women will lose out. Many women will lose out, especially when they're young. Especially when they're young. And see, that's something, honestly, the reason I'm even talking about it, that's something women got to deal with. Like, I'm always working on the men saying, yeah, you got to improve, you got to improve. But one of the things I'm telling men to do is develop himself so he has a choice of options. And you think he's going to take those options. That man develop himself, you think he going to take that woman who been through a bunch of guys? And like it or not, when you talk about that whole body count thing, regardless of where you stand on, a lot of guys going to be like, nah, she been with those other guys. Don't come to me, you know. You got a lot of guys don't want to deal with the woman got kids. You know, I can say whatever. Anybody can say whatever. They have a right to. They have a right to. In fact, I can't say it because before I had kids, I wasn't trying to really be serious with a woman who had kids herself. But see, a lot of women lose out on the legitimately good men. Notice I say legitimate. Because you got some guys in their 30s and 40s, they ain't did shit with their lives. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about men who legitimately worked hard to get to a certain place. They legitimately, they had a plan. They were working on the plan. They were probably working on the plan when they met the woman. But you get some women be like, oh, you got to take me here, here, here. It's like, okay. And the man might not be at that point. He can just get some sex without like paying anything or taking her out to dinner. He might not be at that point because remember, most non-select men had to build themselves up. So, and it's a relationship dynamic. It's just something that's happening. And it's something that many women have to look at. Now, I'm still going to talk to the men. I still say every single man should like work on himself and take responsibility because he got 100% control over it. He can still fix himself up. But then when he does that, well, shit, I also say he needs to exercise his options. So if a woman come and say, well, he should take me, I'm the take. No, please. Because like I say, 85% of the men who become select and they get their choice, and especially if they had to work hard for it, they had to hit the gym, they had to get that financial piece together, had to get their mind right. Nah, they want the best women. And a lot of women are losing out when they could have got that man. They could have got that man. And like I said, for the women watching, shoot, either you or you talk to some women in your circles and say, look, see what the man's doing. That's all a woman has to do is just, okay, see what he's doing. He say he's doing this, this, and this. See, all you have to do, and this talking to the women directly who watch this channel, or y'all can share this with some women. All they have to do is see where the guy's going. See where he's going and see how you can fit into, how you can cooperate with his operation. Other than that, don't get mad when he get to a certain point and don't want to deal with you because, well, he got to that point without you. What he need you for? So that's for the women. But it's a dynamic I needed to address because it's a real dynamic out there. It's a real dynamic out there, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for now. Really think about what I'm like talking about. Because it's a real, I keep hearing it. And I have no problems. I have no problem saying it. Yeah, I'm still gonna work on the guys. I'm still gonna say do this, this, and this, but I'm gonna say no, only go for the women who really show some loyalty. You know? Who got what you want, because you worked hard for it. Boom. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, for right now. Yeah, for right now. I might not do a car video. I don't know. Remember, I record these like a week early, so I don't know what I'm gonna be feeling that day. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.